everybody, welcome into my new viewers and welcome back to my Serendipity Subbies. Today is August 20th, 2022, and I'd like to bring you this day in history. August 20th, 1619, 20 and odd Anglos kidnapped by Portuguese arrive in the British colony of Virginia and are then brought by English colonists. The arrival of the enslaved Africans in the New World marks a beginning of 2.5 centuries of slavery in North America. Founded at Jamestown in 1607, the Virginia colony was home to about 700 people by 1619. The first enslaved Africans to arrive in Virginia disembarked at Point Comfort in what is today known as Fort Monroe. Most of their names, as well as an exact number who remain at Port Comfort, have been lost to history, but much is known about their journey. They were originally kidnapped by Portuguese colonial forces who sent captured members of the native Congo and Ndongo kingdoms on a forced march to the port of Luanda, the capital of modern-day Angola. From there, they were ordered on the ship San Juan Bautista, which set sail for Veracruz in the colony of New Spain. As was quite common, about 150 to 350 captives aboard the ship died during the crossing. Then, as it approached its destination, the ship was attacked by 2 privateer ships, the White Lion and the Treasure. The crews from the 2 ships kidnapped up to 60 of the Bautista' enslaved people. It was the White Lion which docked at Virginia's colony Point Comfort and traded some of the prisoners for food on August 20th, 1619. Scholars note that the arrivals were technically sold as indentured servants. Indentured servants agreed, or in many cases were forced to work with no pay for a set amount of time, often to pay off a debt that could legally expect to become free at the end of the contract. Many Europeans who arrived in the Americas came as indentured slaves. Despite the classification and records which indicate that some of them did eventually obtain their freedom, it is clear that the Africans arriving at Point Comfort in 1619 were forced into servitude, that they fit the Universal Declaration of Human Rights definition of enslaved people. The arrival at Camp Comfort marked the new chapter in history of transatlantic slave trade, which began in early 1500s and continued into mid-1800s. The trade uprooted roughly 12 million Africans, despite roughly 5 million depositing roughly 5 million in Brazil and over 3 million in the Caribbean. Though the number of Africans brought to mainland North America was relatively small, roughly 400,000, their labor and that of their descendants was crucial to the economics of the British colonies and later the United States. Two of the Africans who arrived aboard the White Lion, Antonio and Isabella, became servants of Captain William Tucker, commander of Point Comfort. Their son William was the first known African child to have been born in America, and under the law of the time, he was born a free man. In the coming decades, however, slavery became codified. Servants of African origin were oftentimes forced to continue working after the end of their contracts, and in 1640, a Virginia court sentenced rebellious servant John Punch to a lifetime of slavery, with fewer white indentured servants arriving from England. The racial caste system developed, and African slaves were increasingly held for life. In 1862, a Virginia court ruled that children born into enslaved mothers were the property of the mother's owner. As cash crops like tobacco, cotton, and sugar became pillars of the colonial economy, slavery became its engine. Though the slave trade was outlawed in 1807, chattel slavery and the plantation economy it made possible flourished in the South. The 1860 census found that there were 3,953,760 enslaved people in the United States, making up roughly 13% of the total population. The conflict between abolitionists and those who wanted to preserve and spread slavery was a major catalyst in the outbreak of the Civil War. President Abraham Lincoln formally freed enslaved people in the South with the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, although it was not until the passage of the 13th Amendment in 1865 that slavery was formally abolished in the United States. In the end, 246 brutal years of slavery had an incalculable effort on American society. It would take another century after the Civil War for radical racial segregation to be declared unconstitutional. But in the end, of state-sanctioned racism was by no means the end of racism and discrimination in America, because it was a crucial part of the culture and economy of early American after its introduction in Jamestown. Slavery is often referred to as the national's original sin. I want to thank you for watching today, and I hope that God blesses you and to keep smiling, because I love you, but more importantly, God loves you, And remember to comment down below in a unique comment journal. This video today starts my giveaway, which I will go live September 10th at 5 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to be entered in that giveaway, comment in this video down below, comment journal. You can't comment just journal. It has to be a unique comment. And yeah, so good luck to everybody. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.